After we have read the configuration file from the central unit, and before starting our test, we have to check two important points. The first point is the single line diagram. Second point, all bay units are successfully connected to the central unit. For the first point, which is the single line diagram, we must check that the single line diagram in the configuration is matching with the single line diagram of our substation, as number of bays, the bus coupler and bus sections. Otherwise, we have to ask the manufacturer to modify the file. So we'll go to view, open single line diagram, and here you have to check the number of bays are matching with your substation or no. Also the bus coupler and bus section. Why? Because in some substation you will find the lower bus section consists of only two disconnectors without circuit breaker, without CT. That's why we have to check the single line diagram at the beginning before starting our test. Then for the second point, which is that all bay units are successfully connected to the central unit. The process bus connecting the bay units to the central unit is divided into segments. Each bus segment assigned a node ID. Up to 6 node ID can be used. Up to 10 bay units can be connected to a node ID. It means maximum 60 bay units can be connected to my central unit. For this one, I will go to Tools, Reports. I will open here Node ID and Device ID allocation. Here, as you can see, the first place of the fiber cable has Node ID 1 and Device ID number 4. If you found here, Node ID number 1 has only 10 bay units connected to this node ID, because as we said, up to 10 bay units can be connected to one node ID, and we have 6 node ID available in the central unit. So the bay unit which will be connected to this place PU01, to the first fiber place, should have node ID number 1 and device ID number 4. We can print this report. Then we'll go to each bay unit, make startup for this one, make DC on, and during DC on he will tell me press E for setup. I'll press E, then change MVB address. Here you can put the node ID and device ID. If the node ID and device ID are wrong, you will find the bay unit is always in the restarting mode. So each bay unit connected to fiber place in the central unit should have the same node ID and device ID address. Hence, all bay units will be healthy connected to the central unit. Now, let us put our setting to start our test. Close this one.